Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Leadership in Politics with Dr. Abraham. Today I have a very, very, very special guest, Dr. Ryan Russell. He has an amazing story to share with us. Dr. Ryan, welcome to the show, and also welcome your mom. Your mom is with us as well. So welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let me go ahead first and congratulate you on your achievement. Recently, you earned your PhD from our favorite university and CU. So that's really a good achievement to have, in addition to your other achievements. So let me first congratulate you both on this achievement. How do you feel?
Oh, I feel a relief that it's done. You know, there was a lot of times I kind of thought, do I really want to do this? Or is it really going to happen?
You remind me of things, yeah.
It did. I feel great.
How long did it take you?
About 7 years.
7 years. What was your dissertation all about?
The lived experience of mothers with social media.
Mother with social media.
Specifically, more, shall I say, mature mothers. The literature focuses more on the, new mothers or young mothers. I thought there needs to be something to see how mothers change with social media.
What do you have on your head? You have something like with some instrument of sort. What is it? Why do you use it?
Okay, many people are familiar with the CPAP. A lot of people use that for sleep apnea. I used to use a BiPAP, which blows two different pressures. This is actually a type of ventilation that adjusts. It helps me breathe, but it either blows harder or softer depending on how much I need it. Some days I breathe better than others. But I used to go without something like this with muscular dystrophy, especially Duchenne, which is what I have.
You are diagnosed with it.
Yes, Duchenne muscular dystrophy.
What age were you diagnosed in it?
4.
Is that age 4?
Then about mid-20s, I started getting where I couldn't sleep at night.
Okay.
I would wake up about 9 times a night. My oxygen levels were low. So they started helping me with breathing. And I'd only wear it at night. Then a few years ago, I got tired of having headaches and trying to do things without it. I think it was vanity. And also a little bit worried about what people would think. But then I decided it's a lot nicer to breathe and be able to talk in full sentences.
Yes.
With that, worry about how I look. And I was pleasantly surprised that nobody notices.
Without it, it will be difficult for you to breathe and basically live your normal, regular life. Huh?
Right.
I am proud of what you have achieved with the condition that you're in, especially at an early age. And this, we can't go any further in this interview without looking at the beautiful person sitting next to you and say thank you and congratulations to you as well. And I'm going to give you a chance to introduce yourself and share out with us a brief, whatever you you're welcome to share with us whatever you want, to tell us something about Ryan and what you went through for him to be in this position. He is a Dr. Ryan Russell now. And the congratulations really goes to you. So introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Ryan, what he went through, his persistency, his determination to achieve, all of these things that he wants to share, but you're the one who lived it and helped him achieve. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm Beth Ann, his mother, and we took him to the doctor at age 4, and he told us they had Duchenne, and that at that time we were very upset.
Of course.
Because they said he might live to be 18, and that wasn't very comforting.
No, that's not an
to
easy one.
think just 18, and they have learned so much since that time to this time that he has just turned 38.
Beautiful.
And he has set goals for himself, and one by one he reaches them. He's pleasant, People like to be around him.
Mhm.
He's a jokester. He likes to tell jokes. He's just the delight of his dad's in my life. We're very proud of him.
Of course. Actually, we all should be proud of him and the achievement he has. In addition to him being the person that you described, the fact is he felt and continued to be optimist. This optimism of
Yes,
there's always tomorrow. So he finished his PhD. He's working on a novel now, right, Ryan? You finished your novel, actually. What
Right.
else? Tell me what's happening in your life now after the PhD.
You know, it's strange when you don't really know exactly how long you're going to be alive. You know, when I started my PhD, I didn't know if I'd be alive to finish it or not. With my life, things just always, you know, I just do what I can, the best that I can, and it's harder to make long-term plans. I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do after my PhD.
Hmm.
I hope to do some adjunct teaching, but I wanted to do something to help people,
Yes.
and that's partly why I started writing books. They, I hope to help people in a somewhat entertaining way.
Mm.
But I searched for what I could do, and I found coaching.
Okay.
I realized that I could help people change lives in the same way I've changed my life,
Yes.
just with my outlook on things.
Because you have a very positive outlook on the way you see your life and the way now you want to see the lives of others. Because although they may have no physical or known disability, but they are disabled because of the conditions of their own inner self, right? So you come and say, listen, although I was diagnosed as such, that's not a big deal. I'm living with it, and I have achieved too many things. That will be an excellent model and an excellent venture you're into it. I wish you the best of luck of that. And how far are you in it? Did you establish that already, or you're still working on it?
I have a few clients I've been working with,
Hmm.
and I feel, you know, it just feels great to help people.
Yes. Why does it feel great? Why? What's great about it?
There's only so many things in this world that we could do that are lasting. Um,
Mm.
but to help somebody, to change somebody, that can have an impact on so many other people. And you know, the world may not know it, but it's going to benefit people. So nobody, you know, I won't tell who my clients are, but they're out there helping people, and that just makes me feel good. Uh,
Yes.
Service, you know, any kind of way of helping people, service, just really is a good medicine. It helps you. It makes you feel good.
It makes you feel good. We can't explain it, can we? It just comes out of nowhere. And as you said, it's the legacy. It's not how much money you have, probably how many books could work, but how you were good to people, how you how you handled people and how you assisted them and served them. That's the last thing, and I believe you. I believe you in that, and I subscribe to the same philosophy. Helping others is always the key to you as an individual because it makes you even feel better. It's a medicine, as you described. Mom, I have a question for you.
yes.
Did you where did he formulate this level of optimism? Were you at an earlier age talk to him positively that you can do it, you can achieve it, there's nothing you can't achieve? Was it you, the teacher, that brought that to him?
I don't know that I'm the one that did it. I think it came from inside Brian.
Mm.
He just was determined to accomplish something of worth. And he felt in this way, by helping others, he was doing something good.
Doing something good. Ryan, tell me a little bit about what you achieved. We're talking about your achievement, a PhD and stuff, but tell me, take me into that, what you achieved in life so far. Education, plus, of course, academically, um, that you were going to describe, but also you're helping others professionally. Take me through the stages that what you achieved?
I think I could take you all the way back to fourth grade. Is that okay?
Let's go.
I started using a wheelchair on my 10th birthday, which also happened to be the day that school started. I got knocked down easily. Kids, young children, they kind of noticed, hey, you push him just a little bit, and he falls down. And I'd had an accident earlier that I fell. And my mother would, in different places during that summer, she'd carry me on her back. And we didn't think that'd work very well at school. But going into a wheelchair or facing a disability that's just kind of sudden, everybody usually reacts either with anger or with sorrow or sadness, depression. And my reaction was anger. And of course, a child doesn't really understand that they're being stressed. So I was just angry. I didn't know why. And then some of the other kids noticed that if they could poke just a little bit, I would get angry and I'd get detention. I usually, I didn't get to go to recess or detention or lunch very often because I was in detention. I'd eat my lunch, then I'd have to go to detention. And that
With
just,
your Ryan, with your condition, they put you in detention?
yes. And I think that's good,
Why? Why is it
because
good?
I was, I would yell at the teacher and I was
Okay.
out of control.
Out for you.
But
Okay.
I come from a small community where that my school district is very well known, or at the time was, for working with those with handicaps, but they weren't used to somebody with a physical handicap that didn't also have some sort of mental handicap. So they didn't really know what was going on. Um, Usually, if the child acts out, it's because they want attention. Well, I got enough attention. I didn't want attention, but I just would act out. I didn't think anybody liked me. At some points, became where I became the bully. I would try to be mean to somebody before they became mean to me.
Wow.
And one day, my teacher told me about this boy in my class. He had been held back a few times. He was older, but she said he wanted to be my friend.
Nice.
I don't know if that was a sign or what, but he became my friend. And then I realized he was also bigger than all the other kids, so nobody messed with me anymore. But when she told me that somebody wanted to be my friend, that started to change something inside.
Oh, you felt accepted.
I did. And
Okay,
then
nice.
in fifth grade, I had a teacher who had polio as a child, and it had affected him his whole life. So he knew something about disabilities. The last day of fourth grade, we went to meet our fifth grade teacher, and that's what he said. In my class, you get a clean slate. I don't care what happened before. It starts over now. You start fresh with me. And I could still remember that feeling that, wow, I could. I don't get. He won't care about what I did before. I'm sure he read knew what I did the year before, but that gave me hope, and I started working on my grades more. Before, we'd always worried about the satisfactories and just how uh, my citizenship in class. The special education teacher that taught the younger grades came to me and asked if I would be a teacher aide, if I'd be an assistant in the classroom.
I love it. Inclusion.
And when I went in there and I helped these kids that were younger than me, it started stirring something inside me that I found a joy in helping those students in that class. Then my next year, sixth grade, I had these two wonderful teachers that did a lot to include me, and I started doing better with grades. And I think that fifth grade teacher and the sixth grade teachers just
Do you still
really,
remember their names? You know
I
their
do.
names?
My fifth grade teacher
That's
is.
your. I want you to thank them. I want to thank them on your behalf. You can mention their names.
Yeah, my fifth grade teacher is Mr. Rasmussen, and my sixth grade teachers were Mrs. Culver and Mrs. McKinney.
What's their first names? Do you know? Are you still
Well,
aware?
I remember uh, Gary Rasmussen,
Mm.
Allison Culver. She has since has a different last name. I'm not sure what it is, and I can't remember Mrs. McKinney's first name.
We say to them, thank you for thinking of that time, even during that age, during that time, because the time is different now. But inclusion is really the key to make you feel part of it. And then you start changing. You felt accepted, you felt you're part of the team, and then you said, okay, let me work and see how I achieve more. So you went to college, or what did you do? Or high school? Where are you then now?
Then I went to high school. I got straight A's.
How was your experience in high school? Were there any bullying there as well? Or more understanding?
No, it was high school was good.
Mm.
Well, see, there had been kids that tried to bully me in seventh and eighth grade, and they would even be the kids that would somebody else would be afraid of. You know, I wasn't afraid of.
Yeah.
I remember one time, this one boy, everybody was afraid of him because he was big and knew karate, and and I just told something to me, but I'm not going to do what you. He said. He said, well, you're lucky you're in that wheelchair. I'd beat you up. And I said, well, you're lucky I'm in the wheelchair, or I'd like to see you try.
Yeah.
So I learned how to deal with bullies. And then my freshman year, the school voted for people to be a peer mediator. And I was one of six in my grade chosen to be a peer mediator.
Mm.
And that was where we could help students we were a step before the principal did punishment.
Now, during these years, Dr. Ryan, during these years before post-secondary, in your condition, you always needed someone on your side, where this is where mom comes into play, or at least someone, an advocate, disability advocate for your cause. This stops when you actually enter college, then you become your own advocate.
Right.
The reason I'm telling you this, guys, anyone with disability, they have a certain level of protection after a certain class period. After that, post-secondary, you become your own advocate. So do not expect the school to come and say to you what you need to do. You have to be the one to say to the school, I am disabled, I have certain physical disability, whether visible or invisible. So, Mom, let me jump to you very quickly before you continue, Ryan. So how was the experience with him during those times? How was he? Was he the model student? And why do you think he was a bully? I didn't know he was a bully.
He had learned to control his temper, his anger. And that's one thing that I was very pleased with and proud of. He pretty well went through high school just like a normal person. People accepted him, and a lot of them looked up to him. And those were the things that helped build him, was to know that someone was there to care.
Someone was there for him.
And I was always there. Maybe I had the anger. They better not fool with my son. But he handled it.
They're not supposed to. The law says first he has equal access, and he must have equal access. And the environment should be free of any hostile action, whether bullying or any other things. So really they are the fault. They're the unnormal. He is the normal person. And in that structure, they are the ruthless. They are the one they don't know or any better. So let's go with you, Ryan, Dr. Ryan. So take me into college years. What happened then?
First, I will say I wasn't the model student academic-wise in high school. I did take advanced classes, but if I got C's, that was okay with me. I got my straight A's in 8th grade, so I was okay grade-wise. But to my decision to go to college, I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do. I always felt that there would be some kind of cure. or that I'm a religious person. I felt that somehow I'd be healed. My life's goal was I wanted to go on a mission um, for my religion.
For the church, yes.
Yes, and I realized I couldn't really do that. This was 20 years ago. There wasn't really any kind of online option for anything. Or we have a junior college here locally, and I had never really thought about going, or I hadn't made a plan. And, there was something that just I went to a day where they had the high school students come around. The junior college is Eastern Arizona College.
Okay.
It well, we went there and they told us here's the requirement to get into our school. You have to have a pulse. It's like okay, I could get in that school then. I went to the school. I started as a business major. I took microeconomics and quickly decided I didn't want to be a business major. But I had taken an anthropology class and found that I loved anthropology.
Yeah. You're more toward the humanities, like humanity courses and stuff.
Right. I like to deal with people. I like
Deal with
to
people, yes.
I like to talk. That's
Good. Yeah, yeah.
He does like to talk.
And we're listening. And everybody should be listening to you from now. Well, they've been listening to you, but hopefully after this one, they should listen. Because Dr. Ryan has something to say. And then what happened? Take me into the master now. The master program. When did you decide, okay, I achieved this. Wow, I can do this. Went to the master. What did you do there?
okay. I finished my associates in 2002 or 2004. I got a bachelor's in 2006 through Northern Arizona University.
Nice.
They started doing some online interactive TV courses. And I also got a master's degree through them.
Also online. Also
Yes,
online.
because and they had remote classrooms.
Mhm.
So at my local junior college, they had a room, and I did a lot of night classes over the TV. And usually those night classes, my dad would pick me up from those because they got out kind of late. So my dad was my driver for most of those years.
Beautiful.
Um, and I got the master's degree by 2008. I wanted to get a PhD. I entertained the idea, but I couldn't find anywhere that had a PhD that was all online.
Mhm.
Some wanted me to go to Dallas or Minneapolis, I think, for a few months or
Yes.
like a week each semester.
Residency of sort, yeah.
Right, and I just couldn't do that.
Let me ask you before you talk about your PhD. What was your master in? What did you graduate in?
It's education, counseling, and human relations.
Good. So you really have the academical background to also coach as well. So you have it through the master, and then you guys tell me then about the NCU. How was your experience with NCU? How did you find NCU? And take me through the experience.
I love to tell how I found NCU.
Tell me.
I checked my junk email.
Okay.
I had kind of given up on looking. I'd worked at the local high school, but working there in person with students, I started getting a lot of colds and sick a lot, and that's not good for somebody with my condition. So I retired from that. Finally, 2013, I really started looking for a PhD program. I looked everywhere. I couldn't find a place I really liked. And, the internet, they're very good at catching trends and sending you things. One day I just kind of had given up. I couldn't find anything. And thought, I guess I'll need to wait. And something said, check your junk email. I like to do that every now and then just for a laugh. And I saw something, North Central University. Thought, they didn't even spell North Central right. There's no space.
There's no space between the two, yes.
And that's what I thought. I looked and thought, okay, let's try it. And I called the number, and wow, it's all online. I had no idea it was in my state. Okay, I do, just for anybody out there that might have a disability, or I didn't tell my school NCU about it. I
Why didn't you tell? Because I think we're all guilty of this. Why didn't you tell NCU? Because you become, as we said, after secondary, you are your own advocate, right? Nobody's gonna know. You have to
right.
fill up the proper papers and stuff. Why didn't you tell NCU for that on that thing?
I feel like one reason is because online, I want to be like anybody else. Or, I want to be just another person. One thing about being in a wheelchair and with a disability, you get all kinds of attention. People spot you in a crowd, and I feel like I kind of like that, just that average person. Um, I mentioned it to one teacher, and they had the department get a hold of me that deals with accommodations. I started to fill out the paperwork, and then I quit worrying about it.
I'm glad you have achieved what you achieved. Now, tell me about the condition. First, what is it? And
Okay,
take me into a detail so people would know what it is.
okay, I have Duchenne muscular dystrophy. That's, I believe, that's the most common form of muscular, or it's what you hear about the most. It only affects boys. Um, in two-thirds of the case, it's the mother that carries it through the X chromosome
Okay.
that the boy gets, and then in a third of the case, it just, some mutation, something happens, it just appears. So in the case of me, there's no family history of it. I just, I have Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and there are many causes of it. Some are caused by a deletion of a certain gene in the exon, and mine happens to be a duplication.
Mm.
There are several cures they're working on. They're not actively working on one for my situation right now, but I've been very fortunate to be healthy. I've lived quite a while. I am considered old, and I've just now started talking to charities. And starting December, I'm going to start doing some webinars and working with them to talk to younger boys with Duchenne
Yes.
and their parents, and also anybody else with muscular dystrophy.
Yes. Congratulations. You are an inspiration, Dr. Ryan. You
Thank
are
you.
an inspiration. Continue on this beautiful journey that you are in. There is no tomorrow. I'm going to see you another 50 years from now if I'm still alive. So think that way. You're going to, because we need you. The world needs you. Those kids you just mentioned need you. So you make yourself the best you can be, and with the help of the beautiful woman next to you. So congratulations to you as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, and congratulations to your dad. You mentioned your dad, so also
Thank you.
our shout to him to appreciate him as well. Anything you want to add? Anything else we should know?
Well, one thing I will add is I'm not going anywhere because I do feel that I still have a lot more to do.
Yes.
I have at least 3 series of novels that are in my head that I've got to get out. I've got book one out.
Yes.
So I've got to get a lot more out before I can even think about.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm going to be here at
Yes.
least 50 more years.
Yes, sir. Tell
Well,
me your ad where people can find you, how they can connect with you, whatever you feel comfortable with.
You could look up Life on Positivity on Facebook, or I have a website, lifeonpositivity.com. And if you click on that, there's a link up at the top where you could schedule a meeting with me, just have a free consultation with me, and we talk about what you're looking for and the help I can give, and we go from there. Um, I also have a YouTube channel
Okay.
called Life on Positivity that I started a few years ago. I took a break for school, but I've started again.
because it's in you, it's in your blood. You want to give, you want to give, and you want to be an instrument of good to others, serving others. I'll link all of these from my own channel, and when we post this one, I will also link them so people can find you with an easy click instead of them entering these data.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, definitely, without any doubt. I thank you for your time. If you have nothing else to add, I thank you for your time. It was a pleasure. It's an honor. Continue doing the excellent work that you are doing. Okay?
Thank you for the opportunity.
Of course. Of
I
course.
enjoyed talking. So.
Anything I can do.
Thank you.
you.
Well, thank you.
Anything else you want to add yourself? To another mother. From a mother to another mother that she has, especially at this young age where they feel frustrated and they want to give up, what do you tell them?
You just got to have courage that they are going to be able to accomplish it. And you've got to stand behind them and aid them in that accomplishment. Because something good is going to happen.
Something good is going to happen, yes.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. God bless both of you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.